The views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and don't believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mouthing Off with Mike on Mouthing Off with Mike, Boom Broadcasting, and across all different media platforms. Let's get into the shenanigans here, shall we?
Mouthing Off with Mike. Mouthing Off with Mike. Mouthing Off with Mike.
Welcome in here to Mouthing Off with Mike, ladies and gentlemen, the only wrestling podcast that you should see in a crown. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking Night of Champions here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time for your boy over here. I know if you're joining me here tonight on Mouthing Off with Mike for my Night of Champions predictions, then in fact, it was a little crooked. There you go. Then, in fact, it is midnight for you on the East Coast, which means you will be watching this at 1 o'clock tomorrow, your time, which is a nice mid-afternoon. You can at least go out. You can enjoy a nice breakfast. You can go to brunch, all right, before the premium live event. If I would like to go to brunch, I need to wake up at the ass crack of dawn, okay, if I want to go to brunch. So, unfortunately, I'm just going to wake up, take a shower, brush my teeth, have a little bit of some coffee, make a nice fresh pot of coffee, and I'm going to just kind of mosey on into the living room here and watch Night of Champions at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like I'm watching Saturday morning cartoons like when I was a kid, okay? We're going to do it. We're going to fix it. Don't worry. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. It's bothering me. It is now fixed. So that's how we're going to be rocking tomorrow morning, Saturday morning for Night of Champions. It's going to be fun. I think it'll be a good show. Let's go. 2 shows back-to-back, MOWM putting in the work. Ready to hear the predictions for King of the Ring with the King of the Screen. Mark, you are not only one of the smartest individuals that I know, who has some of the greatest ideas and mind in this content game and just period. You're also really good at flattering me, so I love you, bud. Thank you. Hear he. If you take it back to, excuse me. It's live. I can't edit that out. Well, a little acid reflux there. If you take it back to last year for King and Queen of the Ring, I did a whole extravagant entrance and proclamation, and the king was in session here. This year, I did not have time. I had 0 time. It was the end of the month. Numbers were due, ladies and gentlemen. Things needed to be done. I had to get things done. I'm happy to announce and proud to announce that I got it done. So we're cooking with fire, baby. This weekend's all about fun in the sun. Or in this case, fun in Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions. Let's get into these predictions. It's late. I'm tired. Well, I'm not really tired. It's early for me. It's time. You're probably tired, so I don't even want to hear me keep fucking flapping my gums. Let's start off with the match that I am most excited about here outside of the CM Punk John Cena match. That is Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes for the King of the Ring crown. All right. A dream match. You heard me say it earlier. If you watched the nightcap, which also was on Boom Broadcasting, and this is also on Boom Broadcasting, Mike's not going to be happy about this. He's going to text me probably as soon as he realizes that I simulcast it. It's like the bad. It's like when WWE bought WCW. This is what's happening right now. It's literally happening. Mouthing Off with Mike has acquired Boom Broadcast. I'm kidding. The contract on the sign, like the name on the contract says Mike, not Davis, though. Mouthing Off with Mike. I now own Boom Broadcasting. I'm now the king of Boom Broadcasting. There is no president anymore. He's gone. I locked him away in the basement. He's in the brig. He's going to walk the plank tomorrow. I am now the king of Boom. No, all jokes aside. I am super pumped that I had the time and I figured, yeah, fuck it. Let's just talk. Ooh, he's finding me for that too. I'm the king. You can't find the king. Cody and Randy is going to be a great match, as you heard me talk a little bit about it on the nightcap about 40 minutes ago. I'm excited for this. It's 3 years coming. We've wanted to see them lock horns since Cody came back to WWE at WrestleMania 38. What is the hashtag for Night of Champions? It is WWE Night of Champions. I bet you it's been hashtagging into the void here, folks. We are we are not good at this whole fucking social media thing. I'm excited for this match. I am going to make the proclamation, the king of Boom Broadcasting and Mouthing Off with Mike, the king of the two kingdoms, of the unified kingdoms of Mouthing Off with Boom Broadcasting tonight, has decided with a proclamation that your king of the ring for 2025 shall be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We will get King Cody Rhodes, King Rhodes, King Nightmare, King American Nightmare. You got the merch prince itself. Although King RKO, man, I'd wear that shirt. Just make it RKO with a snake and a crown on the R. Simplistic t-shirt that I can wear, and people be like, RKO, like Randy, like the RKO. Hell yeah, I'm gonna hit you with one. You ask me another question. Cody will be the king, and he will take on most likely John Cena at SummerSlam in New York City. I really think this could be a match. Like, I mean, Randy is, he's got the back and the triple fusion and, the what have you. And he's kind of held together with glue and some well wishes and a couple, nails and screws and things of the sort. Cody up there in his late 30s, early 40s. But I think Cody could get us a match of the year candidate out of Randy if they dig deep enough. Hey, I'm from India. Hey, how's it going, brother? Welcome to the Mouthing Off with Mike Nightcap Night of Champions predictions. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight, late night. I don't know what time it is in India. It actually might be tomorrow in India. So if you're seeing this, hey, hell yeah, have a good day, brother. I drink a little of this Diet Mountain Dew for you. Where was I? I don't know. Anywho, Cody and Randy's going to be a hell of a match, I think. Oh, Mark's got something for me here. Mark, you're up late, brother. I'm shocked you're up here. 2 questions. 1, is this match wasted in the King of the Ring tournament? 2, should the King of the Ring tournament be 2 mid-carders on the rise or main eventers who don't need the crown on their resume? Mark, I hate when you make points. You make valid points here. I think, oh man, it's tough because I would like this. I think this match is a standalone match. You put this in the marquee at a WrestleMania, that's putting asses in seats. That could move my needle a little bit more in the direction of wanting to do a WrestleMania Vegas redo, Electric Boogaloo. This gets wasted, I think, because the only story behind it as of the moment is the crown. I do agree that it should be 2 people on the rise. I think it should be 2 people on the rise. I think it should be 2 people that you think are very talented in the ring, but don't have a chance to show their charisma or their personality. And this would have been a great tournament. This would have been a tournament winner for somebody like Carmelo, Andrade, even King LA Knight. LA Knight's a stretch because he's, I guess I'll be Chano for a minute. I'll be a little ageist because he's up there in age, but Cody's also up there in age too. So, I guess Chano's going to have to start doing the ageism thing for Cody, I guess, at this point. What a tangent. I feel that it could be the direction that you take this, but also then again, it's Saudi Arabia, it's Night of Champions. I think they wanted to put asses in seats, and I think a big match like Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes does that. Just like a match like John Cena and CM Punk, we get robbed of it. We don't get to see it here in the US. Saudi Arabia gets to see that match. I'm very fingers crossed that they run it back at some point in the 6 months we have left. I hope that we get to see this in the next 6 months again, Cody and Randy, for different stakes that are more meaningful. So yeah, I'm going to give the win to Cody Rhodes. King Rhodes is here to stay and reign over the kingdom of the Nightmare Land. The Queen of the Ring tournament finals. We've got Asuka, one of my all-time favorites, and Jade Cargill, who I am also a very big fan of. From the moment I met her, just right here, this picture from Mrs. MOWM met her when she was a TBS champion early in her career with AEW. She was super cool, man. Super great person. Just like you could tell, man, she loves it, and she just wants to be the best in her field, just like anybody would. And that's great motivation to have. She's going up, like I said, on the nightcap, man. I should have saved it for this video, but I told you guys basically all the history. And I'll give a quick refresh if you're just tuning in. Both of these women had undefeated streaks in their respective starts in both of their respective starting companies in the U.S. I won't talk about Asuka's Japan stuff because there's so much to cover there. I don't have the time. Anyway, they both were undefeated for a stretch. Both of their undefeated streaks ended. That's henceforth. We are here now. Unfortunately, WWE could not tap into that for this little bit of a finals match. So we got more of a no one's ready for Asuka. I'm going to be the queen, the Empress Queen of Tomorrow. And Jade said, this isn't pressure making diamonds. This is purpose making pressure. And it was a good little promo that we got tonight on SmackDown. But I am so hard. It's so hard for me because I want to say a part of me that Asuka wins and becomes Queen Asuka and gets a match against Io Sky at SummerSlam, and we rejoice. Okay. But a part of me feels like the story has to go to the direction of Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill will become the Queen of the Ring. Jade Cargill will take on Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam, and Jade Cargill will win the WWE Women's Championship and will be cashed in on by Naomi. Proceed with caution. There you have it. Jade Cargill will get the Queen of the Ring as a plot device for Naomi to become a champion. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. We're going to take that off here so you can see my hair that I spent a ton of time on today. We are going to cover. That is not the match we are going to cover. We covered that match. We're going to cover Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. Shout out to Karrion Kross. They heard us, folks. They heard us. Karrion Kross. Here's a guy. Everyone feared he was going to get released. He doesn't get released. He actually starts getting more TV time. He starts getting promo time. We're like, okay. And the social media just suddenly starts backing him. And push Karrion Kross. And we're starting to get some momentum, and the wheels are turning, and we're starting to get something here that could be for Karrion Kross to maybe break out and leave the bullshit gimmick that they forced him to wear when he got called up from NXT after being one of the greatest NXT runs in history of NXT, in my personal opinion. He gets a PLE match for the first time in 3 years. Wow. And he goes up against Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn that crowd is going to be behind Sami Zayn. They love Sami Zayn. And I love Sami Zayn too. I can't wait to see Karrion Kross's entrance in full for once. Holy shit. I can't remember the last time I saw his entrance in full with the black and white and the pyro and the fall and pray and the Scarlet being a crazy sorceress witch demon woman at the feet of Karrion Kross's wild looking self. The man's an absolute unit of a dude. I can't wait to see the entrance on those massive freaking TV screens that they have set up at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, because from SmackDown tonight, that stage was massive. It was like a giant, it was like a 1,000,000 square foot freaking video board. The thing was huge. I was like the Videotron. I was like, dude, I was entranced in the Trons every time Superstar would come out. It was so big. I can't wait to see his entrance on that. Oh my God, it's going to be so cool. Karrion Kross has to win this one to begin his push. I think Karrion Kross is going to lose. I don't know. I'm going to give the win to Karrion Kross because I like Karrion Kross and I would like to see that happen, Sean. That would be my prediction here. I have a funny feeling that Sami is going to beat him because Sami is so connected to that crowd. But man, oh man, if Kross beats Sami, that could be huge for Karrion Kross, and that could be huge for Sami Zayn, because if Kross beats Sami and the trend continues with everybody who's interacted with Kross changing, and a lot of people have over these last few years, Sami Zayn would then change himself. So there could be a point where Sami Zayn maybe turns heel. I don't know. I guess time will tell, but I'm going to give the win to Karrion Kross. First PLE in 3 years, and he could be a big heel here to Sami's big baby face in Saudi Arabia. I like it. Give me Kross. Let's see what happens. Let's run the play. Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, United States Championship match. I don't have to spend not merely 4 or 5 minutes on this. Jacob Fatu, and still, U.S. champion, all gas, no brakes, from coast to post. He's going to beat your ass. That's all I got to say. He's going to put the fraud tribal chief down finally and knock him down a peg. And maybe Solo Sikoa will fall in line with Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu will be the new tribal chief or tribal werewolf at this point. I mean, you just throw tribal in front of werewolf, and we're here, baby. We're back. The tribal werewolf would be sick. I could very well see that happening. I don't know what the Bloodline plans are. I couldn't even tell you right now on the predictions. My prediction would be Bloodline stands stagnant for a bit till Roman comes back, till we can figure out what kind of Bloodline we want to do. And if not, then they all go their separate ways. And I think Jimmy and Jay reunite, Jacob singles, Solo singles, JC Mateo kind of is Solo's lackey for a bit until they let him break out and beat up Solo again. And then I think that maybe they do JC Mateo down in NXT for a run. Maybe I think that could be a possibility. Nevertheless, Jacob Fatu is going to retain the title. This is way too easy. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. And now, of course, we have to discuss kind of why these matches are on the card. And we also have to talk about why there's 6 matches and not 5 matches, because Triple H, you're not fooling me, buddy. I know Saudi Arabia paid for a 6th match. They paid extra for that 6th match. I know it, because every PLE that is not a WrestleMania, it is 5. It is 5 out the door. It is 5. But they got 6. And I think it's because AJ Styles and Dom got canceled for the IC title. And I feel like Triple H had to fill it with 2 big matches and 2 stars. And I think they decided Sami Zayn and Rhea Ripley were those replacements. And maybe Kross, you put Kross in there. They like Kross. They like Kross out there too. Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, street fight. 24 hours after a last woman standing match. Been a while since we've seen, a situation where the main roster had 2 big extreme matches back to back on a SmackDown and a PLE. So that's good to see. That's refreshing. Rhea and Raquel, street fight. I think Roxanne is going to come into play here. And I think you can look, but you can't touch is going to come into play here, which might shock the Saudi Arabia crowd. So I think Roxanne's going to get involved and try to help Raquel beat Rhea. But Raquel's going to be so distracted by Roxanne's help that it's going to open the door for Nikki Bella to come out and equalize the playing field and help Rhea beat Raquel, thus forth creating a very strange, the fearless brutality team of Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley at Evolution to take on Raquel Rodriguez and the Prodigy for the Women's Tag Team Championships once Roxanne replaces Raquel as the team because Liv's injury. So there's your pivot. If I'm Triple H and I nail this, you heard it here first. I'm mouthing off with Mike at 12:22 Eastern Standard Time, local. So I'm going to give the winner Rhea. I'm going to say Nikki Bella makes an appearance and helps. Raquel wins with the help of Roxanne. Well, there you go. That's one. Leo's got his prediction. He's saying Raquel wins with the help of Roxanne, and I think Rhea losing doesn't hurt her. Raquel needs this win more. Yeah, I mean, Raquel could use a win every once in a while. Hey, maybe it happens. Maybe Roxanne does help Rhea get the win, and that's what makes Raquel maybe want to take her as a partner. Nevertheless, I'm going to still hold steady on my prediction here, folks. I'm going to say Rhea gets the win. Roxanne Perez interferes, and I think we see a Nikki Bella appearance. I mean, Saudi Arabia is paying. They might pay for Nikki Bella. Hell, Who knows? Who knows what they're paying these days for this show? All right, let's get down to brass tacks here. The match we all want to obviously get into. You saw me earlier on the nightcap doing my best. John Cena, CM Punk, Punk Life, Thug Life, basic Thugonomics, basic Punkonomics, basic mouthing off with Mikeonomics, impersonation. We're not going to go back there. We're not going to go to the well. John Cena, 17, the never seen 17. Whoever came up with that, round of applause. Tap yourself on the back. You get, in the words of Al Snow, you need what Al Snow used to carry around for that one. Never seen 17. Shit, that's so hard. Since this is a prediction video, let's look forward to SummerSlam since it is a 2-night event. Will the Queen of the Ring get her title match in the main event of night one? Absolutely not, Mark. If the Royal Rumble winners can't get the main event of WrestleMania, what makes you think Triple H is going to give the King and Queen of the Ring the main event of SummerSlam? Maybe if Jade, maybe Jade and Tiffany night one of SummerSlam or night two. I think night one, and then Naomi cashes in. So if I'm right in that assessment, and I think it's pretty on the nose, Jade wins Queen of the Ring. She goes on to take on Tiffany because they teased that a few weeks ago prior when Jade and her had that scuffle on SmackDown. And I kind of knew right from that minute, I was like, that's probably the direction we're going. Jade, Tiffany, SummerSlam, Naomi cashes in. Jade wins the title, but they could spin it to the main event. That could be a main event night one, or that could be a co-main event night one. So I don't know. That's tough. Good question though. I like that. That's a good thought. I doubt it, though. I doubt it makes the main event. John Cena, CM Punk, man. 14 years, so much history. The summer of Punk, the pipe bomb, even before then. They've had different interactions throughout the mid-2000s, 2010s, now obviously in 2025, off in the summer, 14 years of to the summer, literally we were in the summer of Punk 14 years ago. I was 14 years old. And I was enthralled in that summer, man. I loved every minute of it. I was so, it was probably peak, man. It was so peak. And here we are back, 28 years old, getting to see, some of the guys you loved as a kid, and some of us, who might be older than me or whatever, that were, a little bit older than me, but I digress. Cena and Punk is a special feud. Their careers, they stood for different things at times, but at its core, they stood for the same things. They cared about, they had a code that they each lived by. CM Punk, straight edge, never do drugs, never drink, never smoke, he's straight edge. John Cena, hustle, loyalty, respect. These guys have their code and they've defined their careers by. We know Punk has definitely been disrespectful. He's been, calculated. He's been a tyrant. John Cena was a tyrant. He was rapping people and slapping asses and making fun of people and just destroying people on the mic for the Thugonomics. And, we knew of CM Punk with the pipe bomb and, of course, the Straight Edge Society stuff in 2008 and antagonizing Dominic Mysterio as a child. And there's so much history, and these guys have so much in their careers that they've done and accomplished, and they're older now. So I don't expect to see a Money in the Bank, a Night of Champions match from 14 years ago here tonight, tomorrow, morning, afternoon, for the rest of you. I don't expect to get that. What I expect to get is a story-driven match that paints us the picture of the two guys who are at their peak, carrying the company on their shoulders, now in a position where they're on their final runs. Obviously, Cena's on his final run, and Punk is kind of on a run to redeem himself. He's on a redemption run, and John Cena's on the farewell tour. So you put that together, and I think you're going to see a story-driven match. I think you're going to see a GTS 8 times. I think you're going to see an attitude adjustment 8 times. I think you're going to see an Anaconda Vice. You're going to see a Punk do Cena's move, Cena do Punk's move. You're going to see, someone take a risk off the top rope. You're going to see someone maybe get put through the announce table. You're going to see Cena probably cheat to win this match. You're going to see Punk maybe try to cheat to win this match to even the odds. Anything can happen here. This is the question of the realistically, we have a Money in the Bank briefcase in play with Seth Rollins. We could see a Seth Rollins cash in. I don't think so. I don't think this is the time nor the place. As much as I would love to see Punk beat Cena and Seth cash in and just cost CM Punk his title opportunity, and Seth laugh his ass out of Saudi Arabia and Punk be livid and hot and ready to murder someone, that would be great television, great wrestling for me. I don't think that time is right, but I think the time is right here for these two to have what I would probably call is maybe their last match against each other. Maybe we get one more, but I think this will be a good match. It'll be the main event. It might steal the show. Maybe. I don't have high hope that the wrestling will be 5-star match worthy. I feel it's going to be a very good main event, and I feel like it will be a very good, if it is the final part of their chapter, I think it'll be a great conclusion and a great bookend for a 14-plus year rivalry. Since part of this rivalry has been about each man calling the other a hypocrite, I would have liked to see them push this and have them eat their words in the form of an I Quit match. Yeah, that's tough, with the I think that's tough with the Cena farewell tour. As if Cena quits, you could take that literally because like we've seen in the past with I Quit matches where they quit and they're gone off WWE programming because of an injury or something, and then they show up, months later on a different brand. If they would have done an I Quit match, it would have been interesting. I feel like this should have been needed a stipulation, but their matches in the past didn't need stipulations either. I felt this is an interesting quandary, Mark. I would like to we can board this. I'd like to discuss where you would go with this on the I Quit match side of things. But man, seeing Punk on SmackDown, with the thug life and the basic thugonomics and everything, it was great. Cena's pipe bomb added to that. This was a fantastic couple of weeks of WWE programming with Punk and Cena. I got to see the start of it, in Phoenix. So I was really happy about that. So I got to see their first, kind of interaction and the challenge made. So that was really cool for me. So I'm glad I got to be, a part of, this feud for once. Like 14 years ago, I never got to go. I wanted to go so bad. I wanted to be, I was like, 14 years old. How do I get there? Obviously my parents were not flying all the way over this fucking place to watch a wrestling show, like you're 14 years old, kid, get a job, and I did get a job a year later. I was working. Those child labor laws were way different back 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Oh man, listen, John Cena's retaining the title. He's going to cheat to win. He will cheat to beat CM Punk. And CM Punk's going to be livid. And I think we'll get one more. I don't know if it's going to happen. You quit the company all those years ago. And now I'm going to make you quit in the ring. Mr. Never Give Up. I'm going to make you give up. There it is. Okay. I like it. Mark. See, that's all I needed. I just needed a little bit of give it to me. Give me a little bit of what you're cooking there. I smell what Mark's cooking now. And it's fire like usual. It's a nice meal. He's cooking up a nice entree over there, booking like a Mark. Make sure you check out his new episodes, man. I never give up. Yeah, that would have worked. It would have worked for this. But I'm going to give it to Cena. I think John Cena retains. I think he's going to cheat. I think he's going to do something really screwed up to CM Punk. And I think CM Punk is going to have to fight his way back to the championship inevitably. It'll be very interesting. I'm excited for it. Let me know who you think's going to win down there in the comments on the YouTube, on the social media. Make sure you follow Boom Broadcasting. Follow me. Go follow Mark. Go check out Kicking It with Leo. He's doing great things over there. He's doing some big things, man. He was in here earlier hanging with us. Go check him out. Man puts content out like a fucking machine. I've never seen someone put so much content out in a singular week or a singular day. He's grinding, man. He wants it bad. Go show him some love. But Man, mouthing off with Mike. I will be back tomorrow. So it's going to be 3 shows in 2 days for your boy here. I'm going to be gassed. All gas. No breaks. Yeah, what I mean. But I'm going to be back tomorrow for a nightcap after Night of Champions, even though for me, it's going to be probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't know if we're going to rechange the nightcap tomorrow to the day cap like we did for the Europe shows last year. I don't really like it. I don't really like the way it rings off the old tongue. I'm thinking we just go nightcap when we just, hey, it's the show. What are you going to do? It's the name of the show. We're just in the afternoon. It's the afternoon nightcap. I don't know. What do you want from me? Listen, this has been Mouthing Off with Mike. These have been Night of Champions predictions. I hope you guys have a hell of a time. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow afternoon on Boom Broadcasting for the nightcap. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you later.